First, I'd like to thank all of us for showing up making this event possible. I'd also like to thank MACNA and Bob Mouget for allowing me to make this presentation of the MACNA Industry Pioneer Award to Walt Smith. Walt and I met 40-some years back. I guess that makes us more than 40. When you worked at Quality Marine, or worked a business out of Quality Marine, selecting livestock for other people. You may remember his long-standing ads running in FAMA magazine. There's no better way to receive your marine life. There just isn't. For his selection service, Walt spent time in the trade, flying back and forth and driving along the Florida coast, purchasing marine angelfishes of the tropical West Atlantic and shipping them out of LA to the Far East. He even did some time in a retail store, Sea Dreams, and before that he worked for a while as a sous chef in the restaurant business. Here's some photos of Quality Marine, the inset showing the old owner Phil Shane, not his partner Mike Ibaraki, and the current owner-manager Chris Berner. Following 17 years in the selection business as Walt Smith International in LA, Walt, his wife Deb, and their 2 daughters moved on out to Tonga in the South Pacific, establishing a collecting station there. No problem actually mailing them. All you had to put in the envelope was a stamp and the name Walt Smith. The real trouble, though, with Tonga is there was not much in the way of civilization or reliable air freight. Pick of the collecting station in Tonga. And in 1995, the Smiths moved their principal operation to Fiji, keeping Tonga as a satellite. Fiji station is much larger, including holding systems for hard and soft corals, live clams, and fishes. It's here also that Walt developed a thorough system for processing live rock collected by local tribes and processed by Fijians, including curing it dry, spritzing it with filtered, chilled seawater, and several hundred racks to culture the 26 genera that are allowed by Fijian CITES to be exported from Fiji. It's here too that Walt developed his original artificial cultured live rock. The live rock being formed by hand, transported out to the reef for conditioning, and then later collected and shipped. And a little backstory regarding Fiji Gold products. Walt and I swear we have pants on here. We were discussing what the WSI might do in addition to selling 200,000 pounds of live rock a month. I said, well, there's many products that would supplement your live rock business. And Walt said, well, what should we call it? I said, Fiji Gold. A few years back, Walt and I and his crew from down south established a new collecting station in Vuana, Levu, the second largest island in Fiji, to the north of their operation down in Viti, Levu, in Lautoka, in Labasa. And these are a few photos of the folks involved, one side of the station, and where we prefabbed and shipped everything in cargo containers down south. Walt also is responsible for formulating and establishing Pacific Aqua Farms, a Los Angeles wholesaler that combined livestock from Fiji, Tonga, Samoa, the Solomons, many other places, and using this as a facility to harden marine livestock before it was shipped further on to Europe and Asia. And for a few years, the Smiths were involved in producing very beautiful and realistic live coral and other stinging cell life replicas and selling them under the brand name Nature's Image. In more recent times, Walt has seen the purpose of formulating the aquaculture development for the environment group that endeavors to transplant cultured multiple species of stony and soft corals to challenged reef areas in the hopes that their sexual reproduction will help replenish impoverished reefs. And then just in August of this year, Walt has released the first of a series of children's books entitled Bula Buddies that will be educating and inspiring young people about issues of the reefs, and much, much more that we have to gloss over due to time constraints. The Smiths and WSI have sponsored thousands of field trips, children coral reef tours, and actual R&D on their property. And I guess I should mention the many times they've given away trips to Fiji, the proceeds going to MACNA programs. This year, a third of the funds going to be directed to the efforts of ADE. And lastly, I should mention the WSI is currently on hold in Fiji due to the restriction on collection of wild corals and live rock. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the MACNA recipient of the Industry Pioneer Award, Mr. Walt Smith.